Okay, Mrs. Shim, let's start our conversation for today. Today is the 21st, October 21st, 2025. We were just talking about our Flushing Revitalization Project, right? And, we want to work with the New York State and receive the DRI, which means Downtown Revitalization Initiatives funding, and NYF, which means New York Forward funding. And this year they are giving 20 million for New York City, and they are giving 9 million to New York City. So 20 million from DRI and 9 million from NYF. These are the money that are, American tax dollars, and the state is now, selecting applicants who demonstrated the ability, okay, the design and also the capacity, right, qualification, and then eventually we'll have a recipient, and to start the projects under the banner of downtown revitalization initiatives, right? So this is round 9, so already this 9th year, okay? And I think this is a good idea. I think we need to make this project a great success, and we need to also help the state to safeguard the funding to be in the right, people, the good people's hands, not to be given to people and then serve the, enemy's agenda, okay? If they are people's enemy, and if you give people the money, you are basically beating the purpose, right? So it's very important to safeguard, the project, and I think it's very important for us to be a leader. Okay, and the reason I really treasure you and want you to always remember that you shall be a great leader is because I think many people think, to be a great leader, you need to be very smart, you need to be very powerful, you need to be, having some kind of high degree, right? They think that's the qualification of a leader, right? I think those are just the decorations, okay? But the real qualification is the person's moral, the person's moral,
mind.
okay? So without moral mind, moral heart, moral behavior, no matter how smart you are, okay, how big degree you had, high degree you have no, it's not going to add anything onto, the leadership. Okay, so I think the Korean community in New York, you can be a leader. You should view yourself as a leader. Don't be shy. Okay, I met many Korean people, Korean immigrants. And I know that, they may be much better than you in terms of how successful they are in their business, right? How high degree they got, and many other, decorations that they have. But I think in terms of their purity, their ability to resist temptations of life, the material world life, okay, you passed the qualification examination so far. It took you about 3 years to take all those tests of heart, okay? After these 3 years, I think overall you have passed your tests on my side of the judgment, okay? So the divine basically wants to pick up somebody to be a leader, and usually the divine will put that person into quite a lot of trouble. Okay, usually the trouble involves, your best friend tells you, don't do that. Then your wife tells you, don't do that. Then your son tells you, don't do that, right? And then all your former closest, colleagues or fellow, spiritual practitioners tell you, don't do that, right? So those are all, the tests that you just went through, okay? they all say, don't work with Dr. Lotus, right? Get rid of her from your life, right? Things like that. Now, my presence in your life basically is a symbol of your commitment to work on the Sacred Virtual Institute, okay? It is a commitment about our teamship to build this incredible 501c3 nonprofit organization. And we have a mission to, bring morality back to humanity, right? This modern world, people are forgetting about the key of being a human, right? So, we want to use this nonprofit organization to realize something very sacred, right? Sacred Virtue Way Institute. It's not about dogma. It is about truly the outcome, okay? The outcome, whatever that, whoever that interested in working with us and together to bring back the divine way. Our Creator created, everything, right? Our Creator led a group of divine beings to create human beings in their own image, right? Then our Creator and that group of divine beings continuously take care of the human world and teach the human beings the proper way, right? That's called a tradition. That's called a morality, right? And so the divine beings work together. They don't fight with each other, okay? All the divine beings that we know, we are following, right? Some follow Jesus, some follow Buddha, right? Some follow, Confucius, Lao Tzu, right? They are all divine beings. They are working together, following our Creator's plan. We should never fight with each other saying that your teacher is better than my teacher is better than your teacher. This is all human ignorance. Because all these divine beings, they are just helping the people together. And therefore, all the followers of all these teachers at the human world shall be always work together because the teachings is the same. Just different ways at different historical period, time, right? Tailoring into different people's ability to understand. Agree? Agree? Ultimately, it's all only for one purpose, right? Is to bring the people onto the right journey, right? Right journey. Ultimately, Max Lee recently had a teaching says that, the divine created human, the very purpose is ultimately to bring human to heaven. Okay, so human world is a training ground. Human world is a training ground for the spirits, to be able to be purified and return to its purity again, and then eventually, return to the original true station, right, in the universe. Okay, so for that reason, I believe that Sacred Virtual Institute will have to play a key role in, revitalization project, not only in Flushing, but also many other places. Because fundamentally for revitalization in New York State, as you said, one word is called morality. Right? It's really not about the money. It's about morality. So therefore, if they have money, the money shall be used to elevate morality.
That's correct way,
Agree?
Agree,
So you have that vision very clearly in your mind. Okay, and you said no to your wife, said no to your son, said no to other people. You made the choice to stay here in New York, right? You dedicate your life to help New York to be great again, right? New York State great again. So therefore, you're qualified. You are qualified to be a leader. Okay? Now, if you're qualified to be a leader, then the divine is going to bless you with the power. The divine is going to bless you with the resource, right? To be able to do what you want to do. Don't cheat. Don't lie to the divine. Once you make a promise to the divine that you want to do it, the divine is going to let you do it, and you cannot be weak-minded in the middle of the journey because of difficulty. You run away. That's going to be very bad. So you have to be really very strong. Once you know who you are, what you want to do, and the divine is going to make you that great person, right? you have to really follow divine to go all the way. Okay? And this is the words I'm telling you today because it's going to happen. And I'm also asking you to remember to tell me too, okay? Because I went through the same thing, okay? I was chosen. I was tested. And I went through what you recently just was experiencing, right? You know, the mother, father, brother, husband, colleagues, fellow classmates, neighbors, all the people, including even fellow Falun-Dafa practitioners, right? When I want to do something that I believe it's, you know, my responsibility, and many people will tell me, oh no, don't do that. Oh no, it's not gonna work. Oh no, it's wrong. You know, it's all testing to see whether you really know what you are doing. Whether you truly want seriously, like part of your very life, that you're gonna have to do it. Even when everybody is not going to help you, can you still follow our Creator and allow our Creator to help you to get things done, right? Usually, that's how a leader is created, I believe. You know, after my experience, I'm seeing, you know, something that surrounding your life. I'm observing. I was like, whether Mrs. Shim is gonna pass those tests, that's very difficult, right? You know, for anyone, it's very difficult. But you know, you went through struggles every year almost. I think now your heart is gradually settling down because ultimately your true colors start to come out. You know, whether you are a phony, whether you are just pretending, whether you're just a talker, or whether seriously you're real. And you really, no matter how hard it is, you're still thinking, I'm gonna do it, you know? So those are the things that I think I observe in you, and I'm very happy that you actually had, you know, was almost die once. And then, you know, Jesus says, right, the real person will have to come from, you know, the human person die, and then the spiritual person reborn, right? Born again, right? All the spiritual practice, all the spiritual practitioners pretty much have to go through that process. Okay. Yeah, pause. Now, this